start to make those declarations and line and head up over our main offensively. And we put our defensive players in the gaps to really just get that unique rush up the field. So a lot of chess pieces are being played here early in the ball games, but Henry County is making sure that they're doing whatever it takes to get some positive yardage against the strong Centurion's defense.
Trips to the left this time. King is going up. He's going to pitch out.
Pitch out to number 2, Trent Hardy. Number 15, Connor Franklin makes the stop.
You had a couple weeks off of injury. That's the way you like to come.
Henry County picks up the first down. 1:42 now, first and 10.
Got to make sure you keep those ends to push the ball inside, especially on that option play. They're reading off the defensive end, so we're going to have to continue to keep an eye out for that.
First and 10 for the Wildcats. It's through a hole, and he's going to get across the 45.
And off to number 2, Hardy. Number 34, Chase Aaron. All the way. Second and 5 now for Henry County.
Way to from our sideline to the short side of the field. They've also run in between the tackles, as you saw on that first down completion for the pass, just to kind of get in space. So interesting second and 5.
Ran for 72 yards in the first matchup with the Wildcats this year. Going on 75.
And off to number 2, Hardy. Number 87, Jordan McKinley on the tackle. Assisted by number 22, McCabe Thatcher.
Both the Centurions all to penetration for the defense. So they're still sticking with the 4 down lineman and just trying to make sure the box early on. You can imagine the game. You have to switch the quarterback. Not that they're going to come out and pass it. Definitely continue to run first. And here we go in third and 5. Very critical play here for the defense.
Still left, came back to pass, looking left. He's going to lob it out there, and it's going to be incomplete.
Broken up by number 15, Isaac Patrick.
Really good job breaking it up there at the last second. You had to kind of hold your breath. Not only were you not able to see who got it, it looked like a catch and looked like a reception, and you ended up being an incompletion. And the referees were all over it, but a great defensive play there to get their hands in there at the last second and knocking the ball out of the quarterback.
That's the sense up to the 24. The block kick is going to get the kick with block.
Wildcats punt up to the 27-yard line. This Academy takes over the first down.
Court and sports health. The official sports medicine rehabilitation providers for Christian Academy Blue. We would also like to recognize Dr. Lauren Schaefer with Ellis and Martin's orthopedics for volunteering his time in the landscape. Northern Sports Health offers the area's most comprehensive sports health program. Concussion management to orthopedics to mental performance.
Well, backfield with McKinley and Patrick Hodge over center.
And off to number 15, Isaac Patrick.
That's what you do. Come out.
Tackled by number 36, Nathan Clark.
Protect the football, keep the legs moving, run the ball hard downfield, and allow those offensive linemen there to really make some running lanes and some holes for them. So I like that call here on the first down.
Second lead in the left, miss the left, going to the right. Back to pass. Almost right, gets the pass out. It's going to be
Pass complete to number 81, Andrew Dukes. Number 36, Cohen on the tackle.
Such a good pass rush there on the offensive line. So those rollout plays have been pretty much fun all season, especially these rollouts to his right. You have that tight end
Christian Academy of Louisville wishes to thank our athletic trainer from Court and Norton Sports Health, the official sports medicine and rehabilitation providers for Christian Academy of Louisville. We'd also like to recognize Dr. Lawrence Schaefer with Ellison Bodenhouse and orthopedics for volunteering his time at tonight's game. As part of their ongoing commitment to being on the forefront of sports medicine, Court offers Healthy Roster. It's an electronic medical record for our athletes. Contact the child's athletic trainer at trhoffman@court.com for more information on how to access your child's sports medicine record. Schedule with Court and contact 800-645-COURT or visit them on the web at court.com. Pass to number 15, Isaac Patrick. Tackle goes to number 52, Nick Pede. And that's a count. First down.
How we have one player out, the dynamics of the team really start to show. So good first down play call.
He's going to keep it runs to the left. He's got a big hole.
Most quarterbacks are doing that run. He's definitely making sure, hey, read, see those holes, let's burst. Let's go.
You know what? I think Connor Hodge has that same burst. So
He does.
Other one you can just talk about. In this case, it was go.
Absolutely.
Trips to the right for the Centurion. Patrick in the backfield with Hodge.
What was that?
Good play call there on a first down play.
1st and 10 at the 13 for the Centurions. 3 run plays, 2 pass plays in this series so far. Ballard splits out to the right. Messer to the left side. Messer goes in motion and then comes back the other way and gets the handoff. He's going to run right up field. He's going to get to about the 9-yard line, it looks like. Before he's brought down.
Number 4, Easton Messer, the runner. Tackled by number 7, Matthews. And number 22, Cole.
And literally, I was just about to say, Mr. Messer get the ball early in the ball game. So looks like Coach Canwell and I want the same wavelength. I mean, here we are with 4:50 left in the first quarter. Have to find a way to get the ball in his hand. So I have to imagine that this is going to be a setup for him to possibly score in this play.
Rod rolling right, looking to pass, being chased. Looking to pass.
For a second there, defensively, he had to be honest. You know, tuck the ball and run. He kept his eyes down the field, despite the defenders breaks all over him. And just an excellent communication on the play between him and Mr. Messer. Found that they get 6 points on the board.
Got in for the extra point. Barrett moved the holder, kick his left and kick his.
Very balanced series there for the Centurions. mix it up very well with the run and pass. And multiple people involved there turning the touchdown. So it looks like they're all sticking to the game plan. Those big guys up front are also sticking to the game plan and making sure that they're blocking their front.
Bravo!
7-play run, covered 72 yards in 2 minutes.
All the time. That's the thing that you admire. A lot of quarterbacks, especially when having to scramble and big defenders coming their way, they're definitely worried about themselves and not looking at the field. Not the case.
He's up line, he's going to take it 40-yard line. Comes back to it from there, trying to get outside a little bit.
Great opportunity for the defense here to really see the unity. Just finding ways to move the ball down the field and just get some positive yardage, and they found a way to get it done. So defense has an opportunity to come out and really make a statement and hold them to the 3 and out and get the offense back out there on the field. Yeah, they like the height, and as you said, with that type of height that he has, and plus he really knows the offensive playbook very well. I think you have a shot. You got the height advantage, and the fact that you're getting him a very athletic player out there in the open field, and looks like to have some sure hands, and he just has an opportunity to catch the ball there. So not really surprised using him out there at the wide receiver spot, just finding ways to keep their leader involved in the offense.
Already in the backfield with King. Lowers his head, but not going to get anywhere against this.
And that's the thing that they miss, from Royalty. On the season, he has 106 carries for 624 yards and 12 career. I'm with you, Mike. Why not have him back at the quarterback spot? But I guess that's where they need him. As long as they have him out there on the field, they seem to be satisfied.
To be more specific, Nathan Carlisle on that last tackle.
Pass intended for number 14, Kevin Hicks, falls incomplete. 4th and 9.
It looks like there was a miscommunication there by the 2 receivers. Typically, when you have those sort of routes, there's spacing in between those receivers. You have the underneath route and you have the deep route. Those receivers seem to be running patterns, slant patterns from the opposite. One was running a slant, one was running a post in the same area of the field. So not a good formula for success, especially with a strong defensive backfield like the Centurions.
Wilson, the freshman, is the punt. Gets him back up. He's working on the right side.
Number 14, Kevin Hicks on the tackle. Christian Academy takes over first down from the 21.
Number 4. Do not kick it to number 4. So apparently they have been listening to us, Mike, and they didn't get the memo, so they kicked it right to number 4, and he'll make you pay. They got lucky there that they had somebody that could tackle him, and otherwise it looks like he'll have an even longer return there. So he gets a chance to do it right here on the offense, and I see them in a soft man-to-man coverage. Starting to get very comfortable. First play of the game, maybe lost a couple of yards there, and ever since then he's been making sure he's reading those holes and running the ball very hard downfield, but more importantly, just making sure he's taking care of the football.
First down, 17 of Henry County.
They're going deep into the play.
First down.
Nice yardage, nice pickup there on the play.
10-yard gain for the Centurions. First and goal from the 6. Ballard splits out to the right. Also out there goes Patrick. Backfield is Messer now. Behind Hodge. Now Messer takes off to the right. Hodge going to fake a pass to him. Looks to the right. Gets to the right.
Once they're contacting the offensive line, it's a stalemate. They're not able to get any pressure upfield, which is definitely creating some nice blocking running lanes for the running back. E-News is Cal's online newsletter that allows fans, parents, and supporters of Cal athletics to keep up with the latest news in Cal sports. E-News is distributed weekly and includes sports from elementary, middle, and high school from all of Cal's Kentucky campuses. To subscribe, email enews@caschools.us. Go Tracy! Yeah, I knew they were going to be great to try to do some touches on the ground. But he's had a nice few design runs.
Number 12 Lions and 14 Rich. Point at the kicker.
Best field position they've had all night. So, despite the kick going out of bounds there, you're right. He's done a really good job of kicking this season.
Ball comes up to the 35-yard line now for Wildcats first down.
So, we'll see what the defense comes out and does here with this next drive. Kind of slow this offense down a little bit, not give them any type of momentum.
Number 34, Chase Aaron. And number 50, Isaac Kessler.
Really run the ball downhill. You can't have one of those
Second and 8 now.
Not accounted for in the blocking scheme. So really nice job there by Chase Aaron, sticking his nose in there and making sure the runner doesn't get any additional yardage once she hits the line of scrimmage.
Gets second and 8. Motion comes
certainly going to be a mismatch if you're not having the blocking scheme and that end, or in this case, on both sides of the ball, accounted for. And when you don't have them accounted for, you see the end result. Like great penetration there on the right side of the football, and a play there, loss of yardage.
a 3-yard loss on that play. She came over the air again. Twins right, twins left.
Definitely a break down defensive assignments there. Chase Gearing looks like he was in a man-to-man coverage where everyone else on the backside was playing zone. So a little bit of confusion there. Lucky break that he dropped the football, and now it's faced with 4th and 11. Funny situation.
Morgan Wilson takes the high punch and trying to set up a return. This is short. Very high and short. Takes a great pass for Henry County. He'll hit about the 47.
Goes out to the 30-yard line. Christian Academy takes over there.
Especially with this soft coverage that they're playing here on our receivers with Alabama and also Eastern Michigan. So we'll see with 31 seconds left in the first quarter. We'll see if they go to a draw play to kind of do something defensive, set up the long bomb, or if they'll just go for it to try to end the quarter here.
Pass intended for number 4, Easton Messer. Calls incomplete, second down.
Pretty decent protection there. Toward the end of it, looks like the defenders were trying to find a way to get there and slow down the pass from Cole Hodge. He was throwing across the body. It looks like his feet were set. Just, the ball was just a little bit short there for Easton Messer. Good pass from the ball.
Power goes to the right, right, Messer to the left. Another good ball.
And off to number 15, Isaac Patrick. Tackled by number 56, Ty Whalen.
So not easy.
3rd down and 8.
Running backs when they want to be talented there. When you get them low, wrap those legs up, it's hard for them to keep their legs moving and continue to get yards after the play.
That's the end of the first quarter. Christian Academy 14, Henry County 0.
Athletics and Centurion and As you saw there, he was looking from side to side, and oftentimes when the quarterback's looking from side to side, they think they're looking at their receivers and trying to make those hand signals. But he was actually
brings it up to the 39-yard line, 4th and 1.
Go through with the play that was called, or have an opportunity to run the ball. In that case, you got some very positive yardage there. It looks like he's a little bit short there, 4th and inches.
Terrible spot, but one just on this side, right in the flank, and on the other side.
And to number 15, Isaac Patrick. Number 36, Nathan Cole on the tackle.
The physicality, the mobility of Cole Haas to get that play.
Henry County takes over on downs now from the 39.
The ball very quickly. Looked like they had a nice opportunity there to really run the ball in that 1 yard. And just a better defensive effort there by the Henry County defensive lineman.
Henry County gets their best field position at the 39.
Pass intended for number 14, Kevin Wicks.
Yeah, the
Number 12, Nate Heinrich, breaks that play up.
certainly have
Second down and 10.
in these type games, especially if offense isn't quite having the success. But our defense is just so disciplined there. Had really great coverage there, despite the fact that it looked like the running back was going on a toss sweep through the football.
Second and 10, and off the hole, goes right, that's right, up the middle, he's running. Henry's ahead, goes across the 45.
And off to number 2, Trenton Hardy.
It looked like that play was
Number 52, Sam McCall, and number 22, McCain Thatcher. Make the tackle.
over his shoes, barrel down over the ball,
Third down and
find a
4.
way to get a couple of extra yards there. So setting them up here for a third and fourth, be a really great opportunity there for the Centurions to find a way to have a takeaway here, especially in this side of the football field.
Pitch out to number 2, Trenton Hardy.
What's so interesting about that option play is the quarterback is actually
Number 13, Connor Franklin on the stop. Henry County first down.
Themselves to make the tackle, but they're seeing a running lane. The quarterback is king. He's just going ahead and pitching the ball early to the running back.
Walmart at the 27, first and 10 for Henry County. Hand off to Hardy. Trying to get up to the left side.
Number 2, Trenton Hardy, runner. Number 13, Connor Franklin.
Him being able to get this sort of action,
Second down,
and come in and just let the coaching staff know that he's ready to play. When his number's called, he's available, and he is ready.
Second and 8 for Henry County. Shotgun with Hardy just behind him. Pass. He gets it outside. It's going to be complete.
I have been really surprised and kind of stuck with our traditional 4-4 scheme. With our 4 down linemen and our linebackers, and depending on the set, we may bring our outside linebacker up to the end spot, but it seems like there's an opportunity there to really blitz one of our linebackers and put some added pressure, especially when you see him going back for the pass. So we'll see if they'll make an adjustment and just put some extra pressure on King to not have him be so comfortable in the passing game.
3rd and 8 right here. Back to pass, this team rolling right. He's going to fire, and it's going to be complete on the far side.
Pass out to number 14, Kevin Wicks. Number 12, Big Heinrich, chasing out of bounds.
Making a 7-yard pickup to make it 4th and 1.
4th down and 1 now for Henry County.
They're giving King some nice protection up front, but also in his pass, couldn't throw it out. There's 3 steps drop. A lot of deeps and dogs. You have to imagine on 4th one and go back to that option play. There's not much of a threat in the run game here at quarterback, or if you were just in here now for royalty back there.
Timeout, Cushing County.
Getting ready to face his 4th one. Centurion's at a 4th one. Does not convert. See the Centurion defense can return the favor right here.
For Cal sports games, scores, and schedules, visit our website www.chschool.us/English-station/Centurion.
Well, you better get used to it.
Luckily, Kansas didn't last very
And I would have to imagine too that they're going to come back out with that same look. With him at quarterback, they have a lot of options. Line him up in the shotgun, with him having the ability to read the defense, make a quick dink or dunk pass, tight end. There's a lot of options there, especially him in the open field. So we'll see what play they come out here with 4th and 1. So if he goes to the center, you pretty much know he's going to run the ball, but it looks like he's going to maintain in the shotgun formation.
Just to his right. Royalty's going to keep it coming in and having
Varsity County's best opportunity for a scoring drive. So you have to just keep up with this team. They get down tested all season, but they always have found a way to really rise to the occasion. So breaking some times out, you see a guy like that. You see Royalty there in the backfield. You have to pay him some attention, and the attention was well granted there on the loss.
We've seen the Centurions go for the bomb after many situations like this. Let's see if they go. Look, Bob's going to keep it coming to the right side. Gets outside. Centurion ball. Wow. That ball was in the air. Recovering his going for it. Ty Whalen.
Andrew Dukes undercover.
What a wild play. Connor is definitely, Cole has always been good with handling the ball all season long. Just looks like he just got away from him there on the end. And as you said, Ty Whalen, his body was going forward and the ball was going backwards. So a lucky break there for the Centurions.
Making a 7-yard gain for the Centurions after all that. 2nd and 3. Next are in motion. Fake to him. He's off to Patrick off left tackle. He's going to lean forward and get the first
And off to number 15, Isaac Patrick. Number 32, Craig Cole. Number 36, Nathan Corum on the tackle. And it's a foul.
Where they like to find Easton Messer running a go route and just going past his defender, especially now that they see he's been covered man-to-man and got that safety not playing so deep.
Play action. Now going to roll left. Here comes some pressure. He's going to fire.
Makes the stop.
He just missed the sideline.
And that's a foul. First down.
in there, and the sure-handed Eastern Rusher with a nice catch and nice yardage after the catch.
Ball on the 35-yard line. And that's a count. First down. Number 14, Wicks, and number 3, Cummins on that tackle.
With 7 minutes left here in the second quarter, I would imagine he's going to continue to get those nice carries to make sure that we're staying true to the game.
Back to pass, supposed to go right now. He's looking out. Incomplete. Positive throw that a little earlier than he wanted to.
Pass intended for number 2, Adam Ballard, calls incomplete, second down.
Successful rolling out to his right. You see the last 2 plays, he's rolled out to his left, been a right-hand quarterback. And really on that play, the defensive end there for Henry County did a good job of having that rush upfield, and Cole just didn't quite have the time to plant that right foot forward to put that extra Z on the ball to get it out to a receiver.
Double backfield.
Time away on that tackle.
Some really big holes, you know, for Isaac Patrick on tonight.
Ball at the 11, 6:31 to go again.
Number 3, Cole Haas, quarterback on the keeper, picks up 4, second and 6. Number 45, Gillingham on that tackle.
The last 2 possessions when he's ran the ball, he certainly has had some lucky bounces. You don't lose confidence in him because he's demonstrated his ability to make decisions all season long. But now you tell him as a coach, you have to make sure you protect the ball, especially here in the postseason.
And off to Patrick, follows McKinley again, and he's going to get hit.
Handoff to number 15, Isaac Patrick. Number 56, Ty Whalen on that tackle.
The last 2 carries he's had that he's fumbled in. You start to think about it.
Third down and 1.
He's carrying the ball, because I've seen him come both sides to the right side. I don't know if he's wearing a sleeve or something on his forearm, or is it the temperature out there with the ball? Just a variation of things. But more importantly, you don't lose confidence in your leader, and you allow him to stick with the game.
Kate Patrick in the backfield will back it down, 3rd and 1. Getting off to Patrick.
What made that play so successful? You talk to each running backs to carry out the fake. Those defenders looked very confused. He looked like he was carrying out a fake, but guess what? He actually had the football right in his reverse. He was able to get through untouched for another 6 points for the Centurions. We had a little bit of a bobble snap. We had a couple of loose balls and fumbles that we recovered. So, hey, just lucky to be on the other side of having those 2 instances to work out really well for us tonight.
Ball kicked out of bounds.
Definitely has no words.
Ball comes out to the 35-yard line. First down Wildcats.
Toward the back of the end zone and just away to the opposite side of the field. So the last couple times just fallen a little bit short and haven't quite got the balance they anticipated. So we'll be able to look out to see if they go with a different strategy and maybe a different side of the field the next kicking opportunity.
And off to number 2, Hardy. Number 13, Connor Franklin. And number 22, James Banks is going to stop.
Probably saw some daylight, saw some green turf right in front of him. Just
Second down and 6.
With closing that and making sure he doesn't continue to get yardage on contact.
And it's 2nd and 6 for the Wildcats. Team's going to keep those pitches out to Hardy. Gets slowed down. Connor Franklin finally runs in.
Pitch out to number 2, Trenton Hardy. He's taken out of bounds by number 13, Connor Franklin.
Missed the tackle there in the open field, and he looks to be coming out of the ball game here. So not sure what's going on there, but just glad that they were not able to.
Third down and 2.
Ballard replaces him 3rd and 2 for the County. What's left? Receiver to the right.
Flag on the play. Ball start offense.
It certainly helps. Anything helps in terms of being able to push the opponent back.
5-yard
We talked
penalty.
about it too, and we're going to have to limit those penalties, limit those turnovers.
Comes back to the 38-yard line now. Third down and 7.
0, facing a third down situation. And credit to the defense, they were doing a little bit of a shift there on the defensive linemen and those offensive linemen in terms of reacting to the shift. Jumped a little early and cost their team some yardage.
I believe that's the first one for either side. 3rd and 7. And back to pass. Here comes pressure. He throws it across the middle.
Pass intended for number 12, Luke Lyons. Falls incomplete. Fourth down and 7.
Ballard was certainly in position to get off. It looks like the ball was a surprise. You know, the ball was right there in front of him. But again, I just have to emphasize, you certainly have to make sure you get more pressure there on King. He's starting to get a little comfortable in the pocket, just not able to complete those passes. So an opportunity to rattle him a little bit and not allow him to get comfortable, get his feet set is certainly an area where we're going to have to get pressure on him as the ball game moves forward.
Wilson in the punt again. Messer back. They finally listened to you and kicked away from Messer, but it starts to bounce back inbound. I've never seen a ball. That ball was going straight down the bounds.
Number 17, Morgan Wilson, the punter.
The ball is staying in bounds for us on our kickoffs. They're just not wanting to stay in bounds. They're going out of bounds. So it's a little bit of conversation there at halftime. But in all seriousness, though, it's great to see that our Centurions will have another offensive possession here for 3 minutes and 40 seconds. And I've been saying it the last couple of series, being very hopeful for the long ball. And what an excitement and what a way to get this crowd on its feet the way we're seeing here early on first or second down. adjustment there in the mid-game, whether that be through a coaching recommendation or recognition on his own, the way to protect the football, and you better believe the defense was going for it there on first down.
That's why you're the analyst, man. You notice all the little things out there that can make a difference. Great point. Rolls right this time. Fires a pass. Keep the ball. He's coming back through.
Pass out to number 2, Adam Ball. Number 45, Kyle Gillingham, makes the stop.
Get involved in the offense. The more
Picks up 7, second down and 3.
Everybody that comes on the table, we're always definitely making those electrifying plays, but now we're finding postseason and toward the end of these last couple of games to get these other receivers open, find them ways to get the ball.
Actually, it was like 7
Number 7, Matthews on the stop. And that's a count. First down.
In the B gap, so after the pressure there on the left side of the football, and tucked it, got outside, and made a nice run. And he's not looking to slide, he's not looking to go down, Mike. He wants those extra yards. He's fighting for his team, and he's demonstrating and solidifying why he's one of the leaders here on the football team.
First and 10 for the Centurions. Not going right this time. It's looking. Fires a pass.
And that's a count. First down.
He is. And I wish I had a statistic for this, but he rolls out to his right.
Ball on the 17-yard line.
He throws darts, he can throw it a little bit soft or whatever it takes to really get the ball to the hands of those open receivers. Just a really nice design play in the play action fake.
First and 10 from the 17 for the Centurions. The pass looking right, fakes, now he goes long. He's got a goal.
Pass intended for number 87, Garner McKinley. Ball's incomplete. Brings up second down.
Fake. It's not necessarily pumping with the shoulders, it really just throws off the defender there. Tried to put it in the bread basket, and that's not something there. As you look back and you watch that play right there, for the receiver to be more aggressive with his hands. Those passes, especially there in the end zone, you have to be really aggressive with your hands. Go attack the football and not allow it to just come to you. So good play design there, and I'm sure that you'll hook it later on as the game possession.
10 for the Centurions. Bob's going to keep it, goes left. He's got some room. He tries to get outside. He does get outside.
Number 3, on the keeper.
Gets down to the 2, and I couldn't tell which flag on the backside of the play. I don't know if they tried to signal for a hold or block it back, but it looks like there's a flag there on the play with an exit run launch.
There's a flag about the 4-yard line. That's about right where he finished the run. He'll be holding against the Centurions.
Holding Christian Academy.
It gets so interesting when you have the receivers out there blocking one-on-one, and those referees are looking at those hands are really inside those numbers, or if their elbows are out. Those are all different indicators in terms of the positioning and the potential for a holding call there. And also,
Ball played from the 13-yard line.
Outstretched hands, the defender feels like if I'm not able to get out there, it's
Still second down.
It looks like the referee is certainly free with it.
First ball of the night on the Centurions. They still pick up 5 yards on the play, but the holder was down the field and took the 10-yard back. And that makes it 2nd and 5 for the Centurions. Ball to 13. Patrick just to the right of Hodge this time. Howard comes on the motion. Hodge going to roll to his right. Looking, fires a pass. He's got a man.
Number 2, Adam Howard. down, first down. First and goal now from the 6.
Throw out to his right. He just has such a nice touch on the ball. You got those receivers there on an out route, ready to do that. So there's multiple receivers that we've seen here in the last couple of plays, whether it's been Ballard or it's been Nick Heinrichs. And here we haven't ran the ball in a while. Looks like a good opportunity to do such.
He's going to pass instead, lobs it to the end zone, down up trying to get it is Ballard.
Pass intended for number 2, Adam Ballard. Ball's incomplete. Second down.
Good solid coverage. It'll be second and goal from the 6.
Yeah, second and goal. Hadn't seen them pass in a lot of these situations, especially looking at the clock. Not wanting to stop the clock, keep an opportunity to keep the clock moving around. Play previously in that call. Ballard did a nice job of getting out of bounds, getting the first down, and giving them an opportunity to continue to run some additional plays as they look to score right before the half.
Terrans do have one timeout left this half. Second and goal from the 6. Hand off to Patrick. Tries to go off tackle. He gets across the 5.
And off to number 15, Isaac Patrick. Number 22, Craig Cole on that tackle.
Nice design run.
Third down and 3.
Right side, feedback lined up.
Official timeout.
Looks like that's a little bit of elbow.
This will be interesting. The backfield now is going to be the question.
Yeah, if it were me, that call would be simple. Put number 4 in the back. He can do it all. So I'm sure they worked on some designer plays where he's there, but if you want to stick to a more traditional offense there, this may be a good time, especially here on the third and goal. You go to 2 tight sets, it gives you a twin on both sides of a single back receiver, I'm sorry, on the opposite side of the field.
Cade Batcher, the lone back. In the backfield, Heinrich goes in motion. Hodge rolls left. He's got Heinrich wide open. Heinrich has control. Popped up in his hand.
Pass complete to Nate Hyden, number 12.
I like the call here to get the 3 points there on the board. I know if Coach Campbell would like to get that one play back, so nice play design. Roll out there to the left. We had a ton of success there, but that play was definitely a good play design. Open there for the receiver and just right out of the track for a 43 pass.
21-yard field goal attempt. It is up.
Number 89, Dennis Brown, 21-yard field goal. Christian Academy, 24.
Centurion Armory is Cal's retail store with a full line of clothing, accessories, and merchandise for every Centurion fan. The Armory is open Tuesday through Friday, 2:30 to 4 p.m., open until 7 p.m. for all home varsity games. I must say, varsity games, probably about an hour and a half prior to the game, but a great time. Lots of shopping.
At the 8-12, Lions and number 14, Wicks, Dylan Clement, the kicker.
43 yards instrumental last year, and in between that, he still get it done.
I was going to say before the goes out of bounds again.
Ball kicked out of bounds, 12 seconds left to play in the half.
Which was about 5 yards from the far sideline line and into the center of the field, so we'll have to kick to the right side of the field and kick it out of bounds.
we said it right during the last kick, so maybe he'll try the opposite side of the field and see if it will be any kinder to him in terms of bouncing out of bounds. And he kicked it to the opposite side, but definitely got the same results in terms of the bounce. So may try for a different kicking format there, kicking it from the hash and just trying to kick it away toward the numbers.
The right side was not kinder than the left side of that kick. First and 10 for Henry County. We have 12 seconds to go in the half. Royalty in the corner, still pink. He's off to Hardy. Hardy's going to get a couple of yards before.
And off to number 2, Trenton Hardy.
Centurions. I believe that's going to just run the clock.
Number 81, Andrew Chase, and number 22, Chelsea. Make the tackle on that touchdown. Kicking carry, 24, Henry County off for 0. Please welcome to the field Christian Academy of Louisville cheerleaders who will be performing their daily routine in preparation for their KHSAA regional performance tomorrow at Louisville High School. Precepts, I get understanding, therefore I hate every false way. Thy word is a lamp to my feet and a light unto my path.
You shouldn't hear the music. See the music.
Complimenting Mike here. He's okay. No,
Every so often.
Mike's great.
Mike, make my apologies on staff.
Okay.
Don't let him get mad at me.
yards, 18 rushing, and more of the rest of those in the past. Cole Hodge is 7 for 12, 87 yards and 1 touchdown. And he's also been very effective in the run game as well. He's had 8 rushes for 98 yards and 1 TD, so he's the leading rusher for the Centurions tonight. We knew that it would be a work by committee with the absence of Gavin Copenhagen, and Cole Hodge has come in and done a nice job. And also the starting running back, Isaac Patrick, 11 rushes for 73 yards and 1 touchdown. There's been some very hard runs that he's managed to capitalize on here early in the ball game. Easton Mesher, as we look at the receiving game, he's had 2 catches for 42 yards and 1 touchdown. So that's it for the Centurions. As relates to Henry County, they have had 55 yards total. So the Centurions defense has done a fantastic job of really bottling up the quarterback king and not allowing them for having a ton of positive plays here on the ground or in the receiving game. So 18 yards in the pass. You look at the running back, Trenton Hardy, 14 carries for 40 yards, and Jordan King has been 3 of 8 for 18 yards, and those are your halftime stats.
Well, Draper, I was just looking it up. The Centurions obviously shutting Henry County out here. The last time they gave up any points was in the 4th quarter of the DeSales game, so Centurions have gone 10 straight quarters now without giving up a point.
They have, and they've really done that all season. We've talked a lot about the offense and how electrifying that they have been, but you can't talk about the success of this team without talking about the D in the defense and how dominant that they have been. You know, from every position, from the linemen, especially our defensive ends, has done a really good job of preventing these teams that have come in with high rushing yardage on the season from making those big gains and strides in the run game. And defensively, we've got our hands on a lot of ball, especially early in the season there. But look at the total here. When you talk about not being able to be scored on, they've had 3 games this season where they have literally shut out the opponent. You know, Mercer County was 42-0, Western Hills was 45-0, and last week against Eastern, it was 53-0. And the last time we faced Henry County, 41-6. So they're looking forward to continue to be dominant with that defense and allow this electrifying offense to continue to put points on the board.
Well, Centurions will receive the kickoff here to start the second half, which will start momentarily. Nate Heidenreich, Easton Messer deep for the Centurions. We appear to be, officials are waiting for something. I'm not sure what it is. Looking over at the Henry County bench. Maybe we're waiting for a kicker to come out. I don't know. They're waiting for a football. A very important part of this game.
Yep. Can't start the second half without that, Mike. It's pretty critical.
Morgan Wilson. I'm going to tell you, our analysis is top of the game right here, man. We know exactly what is needed.
We're on it.
Morgan Wilson, the freshman, getting ready to kick off. We'll see if he'll try to, he'll go a little shorter than Easton Messer or Nate Heidenreich, or well, he will kick this ball. It is going to be a low line drive kick that Heidenreich is going to take on a bounce at the 15. He's across 20, 25, 30. He's got an opening, just a kicker to beat. He's going to go around the sideline, and he's going to, I think he stepped out of bounds before he fumbled. He's trying to tiptoe the sideline and trying to keep his balance. Lost the ball, but that was about 10 yards after he went out of bounds, but he returned it all the way to the 30-yard line. That is a 55-yard return for Nate Heidenreich.
You talk about this being our night. That's the 3rd ball that we've seen come loose and bounce right back our way. And it's interesting there on the run back there with Heinrich. He was trying to stiff arm the kicker, and a lot of times in translation that body weight shifts and you kind of lose a little grip of the football there. So really nice return and set the offense up for nice field position here to start the second half.
Double backfield with Gunnar McKinley and Isaac Patrick. And Patrick, play action. Hodge looking to pass, fires out to the right to Messer, and he's going to be brought down by Kevin Wicks, but not before he gets down to the 20-yard line for a 10-yard completion, first down.
Yeah, and we're so used to Easton Messer having a huge impact early in ball games. Don't take it for granted. Like, he's definitely gotten us some really nice field position early in the game. But only those 2 catches and 42 yards and only seeing the end zone once is definitely something that he's not been accustomed to. So look for him to get the ball early and often here in the second half.
1st and 10 for the Centurions. Play action again. Hodge looking down, fires to the side, gets it completes it to Messer again, and he somehow gets around two players and back steps into the end zone for a touchdown. Make it an 18-yard touchdown reception, and how he tiptoed backwards down that sideline, I'm not sure, but in fact he did.
Makes it look easy. Had a couple of defenders there on him, kept his legs moving, and certainly found a way to get in the end zone there. So I literally just talked about the fact that he has to get involved in the last two plays of that series. He got the football and converted on a score.
Cornett in for the extra point. Centurions go up 31-0. 2 plays into the second half.
Congratulations to the Cal Cross Country men's team, who ended their season last Saturday at the KHSAA state meet, where the girls team finished 5th and the boys team finished 10th. Thank you to our 5 seniors and Coach Stallings on a successful season.
A 2-play drive, as Draper just talked about, that covered 30 yards in 35 seconds. It's all started by that return by Nate Heidenreich, 55-yard return to the 30. And then 2 passes to Messer, the last one an 18-yarder that goes in for the TD. Dylan Cornett with the extra point. Centurions are up 31-0. 14th reception for a touchdown for Messer this year. 22nd touchdown pass for Cole Hodge this year. Henry County favoring the left side of the field on Dylan Cornett. Let's see where he kicks it this time. And it's going to go to the left side of the field, more towards the middle. Wicks lets it hit, or Lyons lets it hit. Pick it to 4, now he laterals back. Ball's on the ground, picked up by Centurions. Connor Franklin, touchdown! I did not see who hit Wicks that knocked the ball free, but it was a lateral from Lyons to Wicks. That ball was doomed in the start. And whoever hit Wicks just knocked the ball away from him as he didn't have control of it. And Connor Franklin, the man of the hour for the fumble return.
Yeah, good thought process, but that play never really had a chance. I mean, anytime you got defenders staying in their lanes, coming down there and really attacking the ball carrier, and you try to toss it a pretty high toss, and they're not able for the Henry County player that the ball was being tossed to even complete that, and just a nice scoop and score for Connor Franklin.
So Connor Franklin taking the place of Gavin Copenhaver today, and what a thrill for that young man. Take the place of a man who's out tonight and gets a touchdown.
Yeah, and we talked about it in the pregame. It's really hard to replace Gavin Copenhaver on defense. In fact, he leads the team in tackles for loss, and sacks, but Connor Franklin's come in tonight and done a really good job. He's been pretty aggressive there and stopping the run game. Been watching his coverage a little bit there at that linebacker spot. We've always talked about how these linebackers are getting downhill to making tackles, but in the pass coverage, covering those tight ends, making sure that those slants are unsuccessful versus the offense, he's done a really good job of doing that tonight, reading the assignments, and it paid off here as you talk about that motor running, right, and having the ability to get down and get fired up. It pays off for him staying in his lane, scoop and score, 6 points on the board, and finding a way to score in the special teams. Makes it really dynamic here for the Centurions.
So this also means the running clock will begin for the Centurions in this game now. Dylan Cornett approaches the ball again, and it's going to go to about the same spot. Lyons is going to take it on the fly this time. He's going to break up the middle, and he's going to be brought down. And who on the tackle? But Connor Franklin.
Hey, it has certainly been a night to dream of for Connor Franklin here. Him coming back from the injury there, he's had some good treatment there with the trainers, and it's gotten him ready to go. And oftentimes it's just not talked about a lot. And when you're hurt and when you're out, those mental reps, how you really prepare for the matchup in the game, not only is the adrenaline going from a physical standpoint, but also mentally, how you're preparing, and he has been ready to go tonight.
1st and 10 for Henry County at their 30. Sam Royalty comes back to the quarterback spot to start the second half, and he's going to keep it on the first play, run up the middle. And he is a tall and big young man, and he's going to power his way 7 yards out to the 37.
Yeah, so it looks like both teams have gone in the locker room and made a couple adjustments. You know, for the Centurions, it's been more about the execution, especially in the kicking game. We had about 3 balls early in the first half kicked out of bounds. They've made the adjustments on the hash mark to really keep that ball more centered and keep it deep. And for Henry County at the quarterback spot and really making sure that they come out and trying to have some success.
2nd and 2, handoff to Hardy. It was a mishandled handoff. He didn't lose total control, but he was juggling a little bit and slowed him down and let the Centurions tackle him just short of the first down. It'll be 3rd and 1.
Even with the experience that Royalty has, I know that he didn't start the game at this position, so you got to get a little bit of that rust off. And so that play was pretty much a play-action read, and you're reading that lineman there, and that's for where the lineman is able to penetrate and get up the field. You'll have a little bit of potential missed handoff there, which we saw, but Hardy kept the ball and was able to advance it forward for a yard gain.
3rd and 1. Royalty is going to keep it again this time. And, man, he is tackled in the backfield, but he is so tall he just leans forward and goes right across the first down marker.
Yeah, I've been watching how we are preparing to bring him down. It looks like the defenders are going more of stripping the ball as opposed to making sure that they're securing that tackle and not allowing him to really get any type of additional yardage.
Report from Mercer County. Mercer County leading DeSales 7-0. Their score still in the first quarter. The Centurions, if they go on to win this game, they will play the winner of the Mercer County DeSales game. Royalty back to pass. He's going to let it fly, incomplete. On the coverage over there is Easton Messer. He was going for Hardy, and Hardy definitely heard the footsteps of Messer coming.
He did, and so the fact, too, that Royalty is back at quarterback, they kind of open up the playbook a little bit. You know, with King, they kept him in the pocket, those nice little short curl routes. Now they have Hardy coming at the backfield with a swing pass or a wheel route there for him, and it was just incomplete. As you mentioned, Mike, heard those footsteps. And you'd like to see Easton Messer out there on that coverage because when he's around the football, he knows how to make things happen.
2nd and 10. Royalty, he's going to keep it again up the middle. He's got a big hole, and he's going to be brought down by Easton Messer, but not before he gets about 16 yards on the play into Centurion territory at the 39.
He's just such a big runner, a big target, and once he gets moving, he's certainly hard to bring down. And the difference between just being fast and having great foot speed, he hasn't been shown to be extremely fast, but his foot speed, he gets going, he's making people miss, and he's really hard to bring down. So it seems like to be their money play here as they begin the second half of the game.
Hand off to Hardy on the 1st and 10, and he's going to keep going, and he breaks through. He looked like Copenhagen from last week. 5 Centurions looked like they had him, and he burrows through, and he's going to get a first down, but he is on the ground, and he looked up now. He's getting up. So Henry County has come out here a little more fired up in the second half and establishing the ground game.
Well, you can only imagine, being down really big in the first half, the coach is definitely not going around shaking hands. More than anything, he's asking, what more do we need to be doing to put you guys in a situation to come out and have a better second half? The emphasis at that point is not necessarily just trying to think about putting a bunch of points up on the board, but more so sustaining those drives, getting back to those fundamentals, and really just executing the game plan.
1st and 10 from the 26 for the Wildcats. Royalty is going to keep again, and he's going to run into a number of Centurions. Dupe's the first one to hold on to him from behind. Royalty is going to get about a yard, it looks like, maybe 2. Only one pass play on this drive. That was the 6th run of this drive for Henry County. And they say it's a 2-yard gain. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Yeah, they've only rushed for about 75 yards a game here at this juncture in the season, and they're definitely are trying to make up for that. They didn't even have 75 yards to begin the second half, total offense. So to be able to come out now and establishing that run after only having 55 total yards and 37 of those being in the run game, they're starting out with some great positive momentum here.
Royalty back to pass this time. Now he's going to run. He's got an opening. He's across the 20, 15, and he is going to be run out of bounds about the 7 or 8 yard line. Isaac Patrick pushing him out of bounds, but a big gain, another first down for the Wildcats.
Yeah, good coverage there on the back end of the field for the Centurions. Again, just a great heads-up play by the quarterback and not seeing anything downfield and just decide to take off and just run for it. So that's the aspect of the game that Royalty brings. We talk about the rushing ability that he has and his passing ability, and he's definitely putting the rushing ability on display here to start the second half.
First and goal for Henry County. From the 8-yard line, low snap, handoff to Hardy. Buries his head, and he's gonna go through about 4 or 5 tacklers again to get down to the 2-yard line.
Yeah, I don't know what the difference maker is. I don't know if it's getting cooler and they're just not finding a way to wrap up, but he's definitely finding a way to really squirt out of there when it looks like we have him covered there on the defensive side of the ball. So I guess you can imagine here, Mike, it's 2nd and 3. They're probably going to run the ball.
I'm going to tell you, I think I jinxed us by talking about those 10 scoreless quarters, Draper. It is 2nd and goal from the 2 for Henry County, and it has been one pass and everything else a run. Hardy and Royalty, the 2 main culprits of this attack by Henry County. Royalty in that shotgun again. Takes the snap, he's going to keep, and he's going to be in for the touchdown. A fumble, but he was across before he fumbled. It's going to be a touchdown, Henry County. So Henry County breaks into the scoring column on a 2-yard run by Royalty.
Yes. Number 52, Samuel McEwen, had an opportunity to tackle there for a loss, but he just barely missed him, and just a powerful run and a really great drive there for Royalty. So add some more rushing yards here to his season total.
So a 10-play drive. In for the extra point is Morgan Wilson. Well, it looks like he's almost trying to slide into second base when he kicks that ball, but it was effective. And so Henry County is on the board, and Centurions lead 38-7 with 3:12 to go here in the third quarter. And it was a 7-minute, 16-second drive in 10 plays. It covered 70 yards, ending in that 2-yard run by Royalty. Of those 10 plays, 9 of them were runs, as they have found something effective against the Centurion defense. As everybody knows, this is the 3A state tournament, first game of it. There are 8 districts in the state of Kentucky, 4 teams each in each of those districts, and you go through district play first. So Centurion's the number 1 seed in both the entire state for 3A, RPI of number 1. Number 1 seed in this district, that's why we're playing Henry County tonight. Mercer County and DeSales are at it at Mercer County. And the Centurions, if they continue on this and win, they will be playing the winner of the DeSales-Mercer County game next week. And then you get into the RPI. It'll be then the districts 1 through 4. And you take the winner of each of those, and the Centurions being the number 1 seed, it would be another home game. And they would take on the lowest or highest RPI, whichever way you look at it. And if everything held to form, that would be a game against Union County, but who knows how often it holds to form. But that's kind of the way it goes. And we get an onside kick here. Takes a high hop over Carlisle's head. A nice touchback to Isaac Patrick, who comes up and gets it. Centurions will take over at their own 45. Smart play by Carlisle there.
Yeah, very smart play. You have to believe, down 38-7. Try for the onside kick there and just see what see what happens there. So they almost got lucky there, but nice recover there for the Centurions in really good field position as you think about 2:44 left here in the third quarter.
So that ball's going to pop right into Carlisle's hands. It takes that big hop. He just tips it right back to Patrick. Hodge under center. Hand off to Isaac Patrick. Man, he gets hit right behind the line, and he's going to go down. I'm not sure if that was Nick Peed or Landon Bullock, but someone hit Patrick behind the line for a 1-yard loss.
And all of his runs that have been successful has been on the right side of the line. So be interesting to see here as they go 2nd and 11. I think they definitely want to continue to run the football if they'll just line up and continue to go to the side where they've had success.
2nd and 11 for the Centurions. Hand off to Patrick again, and he's going to power his way up to the 49 before he goes down.
Well, another nice run there. So the add-on to his run total tonight. I know we talked about the yardage that Cole Hodge has amassed here on the ground with the 98 yards, but 73 yards there. He's definitely on pace to potentially having a 100-yard rushing night tonight.
3rd and 6 for the Centurions. Messer to the right, Ballard to the left, double backfield. Play action, Hodge. Here comes some pressure. He gets rid of it. Wide open. Out on the far side is Andrew Dupes, and he's going to get the first down to the 40. Brought down by Kevin Wicks. But Centurions into Henry County territory. They're going to mark it at the 41.
And what a great pickup by Isaac Patrick. They saw the play action fake roll out to the left. Henry County brought an extra defender there at the last minute once he got there under center. And a nice block there by Isaac Patrick to allow Hodge to really deliver a nice ball to Dupes.
1st and 10 for the Centurions at the 41-yard line of Henry County. We have 32 seconds to go here in the 3rd quarter. Messer and Ballard split out to the right, double backfield with McKinley and Patrick again. Hodge rolls to the right, and he just had to get rid of it to avoid the sack. Going out there for McKinley. Henry County starting to get a few players through to get some pressure on Hodge.
Yeah, they've made a slight adjustment there on their front line. They no longer have the players lining head up on our offensive linemen. They put them in the gaps, and it looks like they're starting to get some separation as well, where most of the time in the first half on the point of attack, they were really glued on to the offensive linemen, where now the coach has told them we have to get separation in order for us to have success there in the stopping the run game. So nice job there.
Well, once again, if we continue to do video, we can do audio through the state tournament, no problem. If we want to keep Glenn Franklin employed here with his video work, we need to get some advertisers for next week, so we're just asking you if you can advertise next week at $75. And you get a 30-second spot read by either the Golden Tones of Draper Hall or myself, and also some opening billboards, closing billboards, and also some billboards at halftime. So I'd love to have you help support that so we can pay the Catches A state fee to be able to do video broadcast in all these, in the rest of the way through. If you would like to do that, just call the athletic department, ask for Mike Batella. They'll give me your number. I'll get back to you so we can finalize something in that nature. And so right now, though, we are ready to start 4th quarter action. Centurions leading 38-7. And they have 2nd and 10 from the 41-yard line. Ballard and Messer to the right side. Heidenreich splits out on the short side to the left. Play action, pressure comes out to Messer. Messer trying to get through a couple of Henry County players, unsuccessful, and it's going to be 2nd and 8. We got an update. Mercer County leading DeSales 28-10 with 9:42 to go in the 3rd quarter. So Mercer County number 4 in the RPI. So Centurions would be, if they play Mercer County next week, it'd be 1-4. So 2 of the better teams in the state at 3A. And I know Centurions knocked Mercer County off earlier in the year 42-0, but I don't think that's the true Mercer County team. We're talking to their radio team after that, and they said that did not look anything like the Mercer County team they'd seen all year. So that would be quite a contest next week. But the good news is it's at home. So Cole Hodge on 3rd and 8, looking to pass, fires it, got a man in the middle, and that man is Easton Messer, and he's going to get the first down and knocked down at the 22-yard line.
Nice pitch and catch there by Hodge and Messer. You know, Messer was able to really just sit in the soft spot of that defense and just kind of wait till the ball is being released. In those situations, you don't really have a particular route call. You just tell the offensive player to just find the soft spot of the defense. You sit there, good ball release, and you get upfield and just make something happen there. And typically we see Easton Messer on the outside and not really necessarily in between the hash marks, but really good play design there.
1st and 10 from the 22 for the Centurions. Hodge back to pass, looking, fires a bullet, and goes right through the hands of Adam Ballard.
Ball's just a little high there. Nice. It was a strong ball. It was thrown, just a little bit high there. Ballard was not able to pull it down there, but I like the fact that we're continuing to keep these receivers involved in the ball game as it continues to progress. So 2nd and 10 here with 9:51 left in the ball game. Coach Cantwell is continuing to dial it up.
Tell you, we've seen Ballard make those catches before. Man, on a cold night, that's got to be even a harder catch to make.
It is, because that ball hitting your hands and your hands are cold, the ball's cold. It's just definitely not a good combination.
2nd and 10, draw play to Patrick, and he's going to get a good gain up to about the 16-yard line, make it a 5-yard gain. It'll be 3rd and 5.
I've really enjoyed, watching Isaac Patrick run the football. You talk about the impact that Gavin Copenhagen has had on this team, and to know that tonight Isaac Patrick has stepped up and just assumed that responsibility. He's had a really nice showing here tonight.
Yeah, but Centurions showing their depth. Patrick, number 3 on the depth chart. Running back Connor Franklin has stepped in on defense for Copenhagen, done an excellent job tonight. So those 2 young men have answered the bell, so to say. 3rd and 5 for the Centurions. Hodge going to his left, looking, firing. He's got a man in the end zone. Touchdown to Adam Ballard. 16-yard touchdown pass from Hodge to Adam Ballard. And the Centurions are on the board again.
That play, he said, I'll come back to you, and a great connection. He certainly delivered a nice ball, and Ballard was able to pull in the reception to add 6 more points here on the board.
Dylan Cornett in for the extra point. Merrickman the holder. Nice hike. Kick is up. Kick is good. Cornett has another extra point. Centurions go up 45-7 with 7:40 to go in the game.
Yeah, Henry County, they look like the adjustment they've made is just bringing an extra defensive back down on the line of scrimmage and putting them in the box to stop those successes that we've had in the first half with the rollout, with the play-action rollout with Hodge. But the thing that you run into a problem with, if you really have that defensive back that's on the line of scrimmage and he's playing it too tight and he's not wide and he's not really mirroring or aligned with the deepest back, it really makes it hard for him to adjust, especially with an athletic quarterback like Cole Hodge, who has a tendency to really get on the outside, and it gives him more time to really complete that ball on the run. So just something to be able to look out for as you look at Henry County continuing to put that extra man on the line of scrimmage. If they're now going to coach him to get a little bit wider, to focus on that deepest back and make sure that Cole Hodge doesn't have any success with this rollout and completing catch.
Just over 7 minutes on that 55-yard, 9-play drive, ending in that 16-yard touchdown pass to Adam Ballard from Cole Hodge. Adam Ballard's 5th touchdown reception of the year. Cole Hodge, 23rd touchdown pass of the year, 3rd of this game. So there must have been a penalty as Centurions are kicking off from the Henry County 45. I did not see what the penalty was. But Centurions will kick off. This ball should go into the end zone, I would think. And it is going to go out of the end zone, over the end zone by Dylan Cornett. And Henry County will start at their own 20.
And, yeah, we've talked a lot tonight about these guys having the opportunity to come in and step up in these big-time postseason games. You look at Isaac Patrick, he definitely has had some game time experience there defensively, now getting in the mix on offense as well. Connor Franklin, we've talked a lot about tonight too, defensively, and even what he's done in the special teams game. The thing about that resonates, we talked about in these previous games and these blowouts against, Western Hills and Eastern, these guys have had the opportunity to get involved in the game, making sure the game plan is there intact, and getting those mental reps and actually getting those real-time game speed reps is certainly paying off in a game like tonight.
Sam Royalty back at quarterback. They found success with him running the ball in their first true series of the second half, but he's going to hand this off to Hardy. A reverse back, flea flicker, back to Royalty. He's going long. Wicks is wide open, and he's going to be caught at the last second. Easton Messer read it, but read it too late, and pass all the way down to the 37-yard line in Christian Academy territory.
I can't say that I've seen that in a while. A double reverse pass there in the offensive player was definitely, Brandon McCullum was wide open there in the middle of the field. But the other number 4, Easton Messer there, who actually made the tackle there, and they're drawing up all kind of plays. Look more like one of the plays that we would have, in a ball game.
It's 1st and 10 in Centurion territory for the Wildcats. Royalty, he's going to keep it, slips a little bit, and comes in. I'm going to tell you, man, he just buries his head and knocks some bodies out of the way and gets an extra 4 or 5 yards.
Yeah, I can only imagine the plays in the second half. Royalty for the run on 1. So that's exactly what they've looked like they've done here in the second half.
Well, that is a 6-yard gain. It'll be 2nd and 4. And my guess is it's going to be Royalty or Hardy on this run.
Yeah, well, let's see. It doesn't take a lot to figure it out. So they have gone deep into their playbook, and right now it's really about them just finishing this game out and just making sure as they continue to prepare for the future here, giving these guys some much-needed confidence.
Royalty back to pass this time. He's going to lob it long. It's going to be way over the head of Lyons. A little off on the timing there, closer to Easton Messer than it was to Lyons. So it'll be 3rd down.
That's certainly a timing play where in that case, Royalty was not throwing to the receiver. He was throwing to the spot, the expected spot where he was hoping that receiver would be. But credit the defense there for the Centurions to really jam that receiver, not allowing him to get a clean release to be able to complete that pass, and that's the result there, an incomplete pass.
It'll be 3rd and 4 for Henry County. Double backfield. Royalty back to pass. Now he's going to keep it and run. Now he dumps it. It's going to be a completed pass. Franklin on the tackle. Pass completed to Lyons. I believe he forward progress, though, was at the 1st down marker, so it'll be another 1st down for Henry County.
Yeah, the old dump pass, as you're being tackled. And, obviously we talked about the fact that Royalty is so hard to bring down. Just a really nice dump pass there to just get your team some additional yardage here to end the game.
It'll be 1st and 10. Ball is at the 25 of the Centurions. .327 to go in the ball game. Royalty back to pass, looking. Now he looks to run. Now he looks to pass. Now he does pass. And it's going to be completed down to Lyons again, I believe. Isaac Patrick on the tackle.
Well, I tell you, if you're Coach Wright, you have to be thinking, like, why didn't we get him involved at the quarterback position much earlier in the ball game, considering he has such a good handle here on the offense, and they are definitely finding a way to move the football and have some consistency here every play.
Draper talking about Matt Wright, the head coach of Henry County in his 5th season with the Wildcats. It is 1st and 10 again. Royalty going to keep it, fakes the pitch. Now he pitches as he's about to go down. Hardy has it, and he's going to be brought down across the 10-yard line, down about the 9.
Well, I'll tell you, those little pitches and dump passes are so dangerous, but he seems to have perfected them and just puts that nice little touch there on the end to allow his teammate to really possess the football and, again, just continue to get some positive yardage.
That could be why he's thrown more interceptions than touchdowns, too. This one going on the right side, going for a pass to Kyle Gillingham for the first time tonight. That is incomplete and will bring up a 3rd down.
Looks like the receiver slipped there on the play, but even if the receiver didn't slip, wasn't a well-thrown football, and it looks like they're going to take a timeout here with 1:42 left to talk this through and just see what their best option is on 3rd and 5.
So 3rd and 5, we're coming close to the game. Pretty safe to say Centurions will win this game, go to 10-1. That means they'll be playing next week. It'll be the winner of Mercer County and DeSales. Mercer County with a 24-10 lead, I believe it was. 28-10 in the 3rd quarter, so it will probably be Mercer County. That game will be right here at Christian Academy. I believe it'll be a 7:30 start again, and love to have you here. If you can't make it, though, we will have the broadcast, either audio or video, right here on livesportscaster.com, and hopefully Centurions will be taking on the number 4 seed. I think that'll definitely be one of the tougher games. And I was trying to see the closest matchup tonight out of District 7. You got defending state champion Ashland Blazer, who's ranked number 10 RPI, taking on the 9th-ranked team from Russell High School. So that is the closest matchup tonight of any 2 teams. If you're wondering, they also have the 5th-ranked East Carter team in that district. So number 5, 9, and 10 come out of District 7, one of the tougher districts in the state. If you're wondering, here in the District 4, Centurions are 1, Mercer County's 4. Henry County is 20. DeSales is 30 in the RPI rankings. But now we're back to action, 3rd and 5 for Henry County. Royalty back to pass. He's going to lob it out to Hardy, who's got a wide open path to the end zone. So a 10-yard touchdown pass from Royalty to Hardy. 2nd touchdown of the game of this half for Henry County.
Yeah, nice play design there out of the timeout. You put your wide out receiver in motion, which draws that cornerback inside and making them think that, hey, they're definitely going to run the ball to that side of the motion, or potentially just make sure that they're going to hand it off to the running back and run to that side as well. So you did mainly a flood middle there, and you stack the box there with your tight ends for additional blocking, and you just squirt the running back there out of the backfield to the opposite side of the blocking scheme, and it results in a score.
Morgan Wilson in for his 2nd extra point attempt of the evening, and what should be his last extra point attempt of the evening, and this is up and this is good. So 35 seconds to go here in the game. Centurions lead 45-14 now, as Henry County has been able to score twice in this half.
Well, we'll see here, especially with Royalty and the success that he's had with 31 seconds here, if they'll try for another onside kick to just give him another opportunity to maybe sort of a Hail Mary or a long deep bomb if they're successful in the recovery.
Now going forward here, does the run defense was so good in that first half. Second half they've kind of picked it apart. Does that concern you, or going against a Mercer County team that's got a pretty good running attack?
Yeah, I wouldn't say it overly concerned you. I mean, we talked about it when you have like key personnel out, especially with Gavin Copenhager out tonight. They're going to make sure that they come, and they're going to make sure that they rally these troops and just have those continuous leaders there on the field. So I don't necessarily think it's a cause for concern, more so of a learning, something you're going to take away as a learn to just keep making sure you stay in discipline, especially on the run lanes there with your linemen. So that's what you're going to be looking forward to as you think and prepare for next week.
It looks like Coach Cantwell and Coach Wright went to midfield and said, hey, let's start the clock. So they have started the clock, and that's going to be the game. It's going to run it out. And that completes the game. Centurions win the first game of the 3A State District matchup over Henry County 45-14. We'll be back in about a minute. I think the game is over. They're huddling up.
Remember the kid.
Was that this team? Okay, the game is over, but they're setting up for an extra play at the end of the game. And I cannot remember his name. It's number 6.
Yeah, his name's not, I don't think, on the roster, but yeah.
A young man that has helped this team out immensely. And my guess is he's going to get a touchdown here on the last play of the game. It's a handoff to him. Sam Royalty goes to block for him. The whole Henry County team is running with him, as is the Christian Academy team. And the Henry County team is going to meet this young man in the end zone and lift him high. And the Christian Academy team comes around him too. And they all are hugging this young man. What a great sight that is.
Yeah, so this is the part of the game that goes unnoticed about this brotherhood and this sportsmanship. So I love to see things like this where we're just acknowledging, players and, just their attitude and just some of the things that this young man, number 6, has had to face in life. And for him to get that opportunity to be hoisted and lifted up and his impact, not necessarily on the field, but off the field is just simply amazing.
And now both teams going down to pray. And what a great thing this is at Henry County. That whole team comes out to pray with the Centurions. And just neat to see Christ lifted up in prayer at the end of a game like this. The Centurions come away with a 45-14 victory. We'll be back in a minute to recap tonight's game. Welcome back, Christian Academy Louisville football, where the Centurions improved to 10-1 on the season with a 45-14 victory over the Henry County Wildcats. And Draper, I said before, it's always good to beat a team named the Wildcats. We like that around here. And so Centurions, though, go to 10-1, as we said. More importantly, they move to the second round of 3A state tournament, as this was the first round, obviously. And let's take a look at what happened in this game. Henry County took the opening kickoff, did get 2 first downs, 2 of 3 first downs, the only first downs they had in that first half. But then they were forced to punt the ball. Centurions took over their first series on their own 28. And 7 plays later, over 72 yards covered. It was a 10-yard pass from Hodge to Messer. And it was 7-0 Centurions. Henry County then was 3 and out on the next series. And a punt this time, a good return for the Centurions by Messer, and they start on the Henry County 31. This only took 3 plays, ending in a 7-yard run or a 6-yard run by Cole Hodge's 7th rushing touchdown of the season. And the Centurions are up 14-0. That is how the first quarter ended. After a punt by Henry County, then Centurions took over. Centurions on this series, the only time they did not score in the first half when they had the ball is they turned the ball over on downs deep in their own territory. Henry County took over on the 39 of the Centurions, did get a first down, but then the Centurions defense held. They turned it over on down. Centurions took over on their own 22, and then it was a 9-play, 3-minute, 42-second drive, ending in a 3-yard run by Isaac Patrick. And the Centurions were up 21-0. Isaac Patrick on that 3-yard run, filling in for Gavin Copenhaver, who was unable to play this evening, and a great job by Isaac Patrick in his place. Henry County then got the ball on the next series, were forced to punt. Centurions took over with 3:40 to go, drove all the way down to the field of the clock with 13 seconds left, and it was a 21-yard field goal by Dylan Cornett, and the Centurions are up 24-0, and that is how the first half ended. The Centurions struck quickly in the second half. They took the opening kickoff, and Nate Heidenreich ran it all the way back, a 55-yard return to the Henry County 30. And 2 plays later, it was 2 pass plays to Messer, the second one being a 18-yard touchdown reception from Cole Hodge. And Easton Messer had his 14th touchdown receiving-wise of the season. Cole Hodge his 22nd touchdown pass of the season. Centurions are up 31-0. And then the one that maybe broke the back on Henry County, even though they were down 31-0, but this one, it was a kickoff that bounced in front of Lyons. He picked it up, then he tried to pitch to Wicks. Wicks was hit by a Centurion who I'm not sure it was. As the high toss was coming to him, he fumbled, and Connor Franklin, the man of the moment there, picked it up at the 5-yard line and ran in for a touchdown. Extra point was good. Centurions were up 38-0. But then the Henry County offense started to take hold. Sam Royalty, the usual quarterback who we were told was going to play limited because he has been not feeling well, even though he did play most of the first half as a receiver, took over at the quarterback controls, and all he did run by Royalty, and they cut the lead 38-7. Centurions took the next kickoff, though, started on their own 45-yard line. 9 plays later, it was a 16-yard touchdown pass from Hodge to Ballard. That was Cole Hodge's 3rd touchdown pass of the evening, and Ballard's first reception of the evening for a touchdown, his 5th touchdown of the season. Excuse me. Centurions are up 45-7 at the end of into the fourth quarter of play. And then Henry County had the last series of the game, and it was a 8-play, 80-yard drive engineered by Sam Royalty, ending in a 10-yard reception by Hardy on the pass from Royalty, and it was 45-14, and that is how the game ended. So Draper, thoughts on the game?
I think that the Centurions definitely came out with a fantastic game plan. The thing I like about this team this year, they understand the importance of seizing the moment. You know, we've had a lot of different things to come their way, whether that be early or late in these ball games, but they have learned how to take advantage of the moment. I mean, people have stepped up. We've had some injuries along the way, but the next man up mentality has certainly shown itself, especially on a night like tonight. So I feel really good having watched this team all season about their consistency, averaging a little bit over 40 points a game. Defensively, they're finding a way to stop teams and really taking away what those other teams do best. And when you have the ability to take away what the other team does best and just really keep them on their heels, those are definitely a great signs for success. And if I'm the opponents preparing for this team and you're looking for areas of weakness, there's just not a whole lot of areas of weakness here. I mean, the kicking game, we've been able to kick the ball really well. Also offensively and defensively, I just talked about, we've been able to maintain our status throughout the games regardless of the circumstances. On tonight, you worry about things about the ability of the impact of the weather, right? You have a few people out, especially like Gavin Copenhager, and true impact player on both sides of the ball, but we're able to really just step up, step right in, and allow things to continue to flow and have the type of success that we've been accustomed to all season.
We got to Isaac Patrick, Connor Franklin, great fill-ins for Gavin Copenhagen tonight. Boy, it'll be great to have him back next week.
It will be. I mean, you hate to see